Let's have court part 37, 36. I'm not sure, but don't worry, I'll upload it correctly. Good to see you again, Your Honor. Normalizing behavior and the difference between bodyguards and shooters. Let's start with that one first. What is the difference between a bodyguard and a shooter? Well, a bodyguard is someone a famous person or an important person hires or is given to them to protect them in case someone attacks that important person, right? Or they're in witness protection. You know what I mean? That's a bodyguard. That's someone there to protect you. A shooter, what's a shooter? A shooter is what the mob uses. They have a team of men that, run the various scams, robberies, different things that the mob does. So they have a team of guys. They're called shooters because they're not bodyguards. Of course they're there to protect, Don Corleone. Of course they are. But they serve another purpose. They bring money into the operation via their different activities. Always giving, patronage or whatever it's called, tribute to the Don, whoever the Don is, in whatever particular mob we're talking about. So they have a team of men that some might classify as bodyguards, but what they really are shooters. They're the guys that if something needs to be handled, Your Honor, I think we all know this, we've seen all the movies, those shooters, some of them will go handle it. Donnie Brasco's a good example. What was Al Pacino in that movie? He was a shooter. That's it. That's all he ever rose to. A shooter. So that's the difference. So where am I going with this, Your Honor? Well, the estate or the family that we discuss sometimes, once I started discussing them, all hell broke loose. So we basically know who's responsible, don't we? Because before there was nothing like this, Your Honor. So the matriarch of that family once said something to the effect that, in one of her social media psychotic rants, she said something to the effect that, yeah, we used to have a penthouse and 20 bodyguards, blah, 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 blah. I don't know why she said it. I don't know what it was in reference to as far as like context, but they were talking about themselves and their former life at one point. According to her, they had 20 bodyguards. I wondered at the time when the statement was put out, are they 20 bodyguards or are they 20 shooters? Because from what I've seen and what I've heard, when a relatively unknown family has 20 bodyguards, maybe they ain't bodyguards. I'm just asking the question, Your Honor. Are they bodyguards or are they shooters? Because from what I've seen, what I've experienced myself dealing with these people, I would classify them as shooters if I had to classify them and guess myself which ones they are. Again, the IRS wanted to take a look at their restaurant. They didn't want the IRS to look at their restaurant. Again, this is the oldest generation, the grandfather, the grandmother. So the grandfather and his brothers owned a restaurant, Your Honor. Again, I told you the story. IRS wanted to monitor the bit. We just want to take a look around. What's the problem? You're running a legit restaurant, right? You're not lying about nothing, right? You got nothing to hide, right? Let us come in and take a look at your business. Now, if I was running a restaurant and the IRS contacted me, we want to come in and take a look at your business, I'd be like, all right, sit down, have some pizza or whatever I'm running, whatever I'm selling. And I'd let them look at my business. I'd let them see the books at the end of the night. I'd let them see everything. Because I got nothing to hide. I'm running a restaurant. These gentlemen fought it tooth and nail. And again, ended up paying an amount of money to the IRS. And they never had to suffer the indignity of having the IRS look at their legitimate business or monitor it. I don't know, why that would bother them, what they'd have to hide. Why wouldn't you want them in there to see what's up if you're not hiding anything? I think we know the answer to that question, Your Honor. So that's one of the original stories, one of the original examples of maybe there could be something to the story. Maybe some of the rumors are true. And as far as I'm concerned, Your Honor, again, and let me not forget this before I could move on to the next thing, Your Honor, forgive me. Also, remember, they're in the restaurant and fur business. Okay. That's all we really know about them. What I know about them kind of verifies the rumors of what people were saying, which I didn't know in the beginning. I had to test the waters, so to speak, by doing things on video that would get people's attention, which I did. So once I had their attention, and I'm standing at a Wawa in Pleasantville, New Jersey, with my ex-girlfriend at the time, many years ago, 5 years ago, something like that, when all this went down. That's when I realized, okay, it appears the rumors are true. And where I'm going with this, Your Honor, again, some of my people have been commenting on things, and they said something to the effect of, you could have been killed or kidnapped and we would have never saw you again. Yeah, it could have been, Your Honor. That's why I told my audience at times, and it rather upset me sometimes, hey, I'm taking all the risk here, guys. What's with all the abuse here? You know what I mean? Like, to my people. Because, people had complaints and, there were problems. There were issues that came up. And I sometimes I would sit there and think, hey, I'm taking all the risk here. I'm the one whose money is being stolen from him. I'm the one whose reputation is being stolen from him by people that allege they were my friends at times, and others, estates, websites, etc. I'm the one that is facing the physical violence that we now know they're capable of. The terrorism tactics, the stalking tactics, the harassment tactics, and who knows what other tactics were in store for me. And that's where I'm going with this, Your Honor. Again, some of my viewers have made me re-look at this situation again over and over and think of it in greater detail. And again, Your Honor, I mentioned a phrase in the beginning here, normalizing behavior. There's been a trend of this for a long time in this country, normalizing despicable people and despicable behavior as if it's not some charade that they're involved in anything serious, that we allow them to be involved in anything serious of consequence, high government office, etc. We have normalized despicable people and despicable behavior. Everyone at times, I think, has done this. Maybe it's a coping mechanism. Maybe, I don't know, we just don't want to rock the boat. Who knows why we do it? I'm even guilty of it, and let me give you some examples, Your Honor. I gave certain parties the benefit of the doubt that those two men weren't there to kill me or shoot me or do something much worse than I was saying all these years, because I'm guilty of it too, Your Honor. I got to the point where I normalized mobsters sending mobsters to write to me to do something, kill me, shoot me, intimidate me, I don't know. All I know is the mobsters did not want to talk at the front of the store. They needed to talk all the way at the back of the store, where the least amount of people could see, Your Honor. That tells me all I need to know. It tells me who sent them, because nothing like this ever happened to me before. That tells me that was a real incident. Here's something else, Your Honor. And this is in a more, I guess, spiritual sense, or instinctive human animal sense. I explained to you, me and my girlfriend got in an accident a year ago. During that accident, since it was a life and death situation, our brains recognized we could die from this right now. Believe me, Your Honor, both of us. So our brains, I think everyone can relate to this. Maybe most of us have had a moment or two like this in our life before. So our brains told us, let's slow everything down, because this could be life or death. We need extreme focus here. This happened during the car accident, Your Honor, where from the time it took us from getting hit to going into the wall, it was probably 10 seconds, 5 seconds, 2 seconds, who knows? It felt like 2 minutes until the car came to a stop. And neither of us were seriously injured, thank God. Except for my hand was broken and I was in pain. Airbags deployed, everything. But it felt like 2 minutes, Your Honor. Our brain, I guess, as a focus mechanism when our life's in danger. And I believe everyone has this. Everyone has probably experienced this at some point in their life. The brain seems to, in intense situations where life and death, to slow it all down so you can focus extremely well on what's going on. That's what happened during the car accident. Your Honor, this also happened to me a second time. Actually, it was years before this current car accident, so that the car accident would be the second time. The first time this happened to me was when those two thugs showed up at that convenience store while my girlfriend was still inside. Ex-girlfriend at the time. Immediately when I saw these two men, one I could identify, one I couldn't, and the car, immediately when I caught it out of the corner of my eye, Your Honor, palpable evil in the air, stomach turning. I now believe, based on the car accident experience and how the brain reacts, I now believe that was my mind giving me extreme focus because this is a life or death situation. I only came to this conclusion just 5 minutes ago, based on what people have been saying, because I've been giving people the benefit of the doubt, Your Honor. They were just there to scare me or something. Why am I giving them the benefit of the doubt when for 4 years I've been putting a theory forth that they may have done something terrible? Why am I giving them the benefit of the doubt? Because I too, Your Honor, am guilty of normalizing insane behavior, despicable behavior. Somehow this got normalized in my mind and I didn't realize the full danger of it at the time. Maybe it's because I was thinking constantly of the possible danger it posed to my ex-girlfriend. If she had come out in the middle of this, I don't know what I would have done. That was also on my mind the whole time this event was going on, and especially after. Once the full gravity set in, the shock wore off, as I can't believe they did this. They sent two men, and this is what I said in the video after it happened, Your Honor, because I was livid. And this is why. My girlfriend could have gotten killed, hurt, anything. And she has nothing to do with this. Do those mobsters care? Fucking course not. That was the point. To let me know we can get to anybody. Just like the mob does. So once the shock wore off of, I can't believe they actually did this for a guy who does videos, I realized the possible things that could have happened to my ex-girlfriend, and that's where the real anger set in, Your Honor. These scumbags. All right, you want to take me on? You want to go that route? How about you come at me when I'm not with my girl? And you can take me on. How about not being cowards? No. They come at me when my girl could possibly get hurt, Your Honor. That's what enraged me. Still to this day, when I talk about it, I get mad. That these people got away with this. And then they tried it again. But they realized, if we send two thugs again, one of them might not come back, or both of them. They could get in a car accident or something. You never know, Your Honor. Then it ties back to us somehow. So this time they send men with credentials again, Your Honor, FBI agents. Do I think they were sent to kill me? I hope not. Were they real FBI agents? I don't know. I never called the FBI. I didn't even give them the time of fucking day. Just like I didn't give those thugs the time of day. Same thing. I handled it the same way. Like they were gnats. I had a business to run. I had an investigation to handle. I had people depending on me. People's money on the line. All kinds of stuff. And I basically put myself out there as bait to see what would happen. And they nipped that bait right up. And proved that the rumors are true. My point is, Your Honor, I normalize things like getting shut down every 3 seconds. Like, oh, that's just the price you pay when you talk about millionaires, you know? No, that's not normal. That's ridiculous. And these websites had no right to do it and then defame me on top of it and allow harassment, stalking, and terror of my audience. They're experienced in social media. That's what they'll tell you. They're the gods of social media. So they should know what a trolling campaign looks like, right? They should know what harassment and stalking looks like, right? Did they care about any of it? No, Your Honor. The gods of the internet didn't care. And they're all knowing. According to legislation, according to you, Your Honor, I'm sure, and according to them. They didn't care about any of it. And I'm not lying about a damn bit of this. Those 2 men came that day, and those 2 men wanted me to go back there and talk to them. And I treated them like gnats, and they drove away. Never happened before in my life. And again, I have to ask the question, Your Honor, why didn't they want to talk in front of the store where we first saw each other? There was only a car between us. Their car in front, me back here behind the car, facing them. Why couldn't we talk right there? Oh, because that wasn't the plan. So again, I normalized the shutdowns. I normalized the fact that 2 mobsters may have come there to kill me. I normalized the FBI bullshit. I didn't get mad enough about it. I didn't start making phone calls to lawyers and other people, which I should have at the time, Your Honor. But I had a business to run. This is what they wanted me to do, Your Honor. Be distracted by all these dumb things. I had a million different things coming at me. If I would have took every time to handle everyone legally, all that, I'd still be doing it now. That's how much was going on. Anyway, I shouldn't have normalized any of that. I was wrong, Your Honor. That's serious life and death stuff. That's why I got that feeling that day. Maybe those 2 gentlemen's intentions were much worse than I thought. It would fit the cliche of what those people possibly are. They've proved it to me, personally. They know it, and I know it, where those men came from. Will they ever admit that in court or in public? Ever? Of course not, Your Honor. Does the mob ever admit anything? No. They just send men and hope they're successful. Hope it doesn't tie back to them. That's all. We both know what happened. Of course, after I did my video in a rage, Your Honor, about the possible danger to my ex-girlfriend and how dare these motherfuckers come at me when my ex-girlfriend's right in the store, could get hurt. You want to do something, do it to me. Don't come at me when I'm with her. And we'll see who comes out on top. I don't threaten, I don't threaten your family members or girlfriends or boyfriends by sending people after them physically. But you know this. Anyway, so I normalized all these things, Your Honor, and I could have been killed that day. Who knows? They needed me to talk back there where no one could see. Who knows what the plan was? And why am I giving them the benefit of the doubt if I believe they may be responsible for some things? They don't deserve the benefit of the doubt, do they? From what I've seen, what I've discovered, no, they don't. And again, we have to ask the question, Your Honor, do you send thugs after someone that's lying? Do you take that risk? That it could tie back to you for a liar, for a crackpot, for a meth head, for a homeless guy? That's what they all called me. Unhinged, crazy, homeless, meth head, whatever, right? That's all I am. What do you need to send thugs after that for? That's no threat to anybody. Yet somehow I get treated as I'm, public enemy number fucking one by websites. Shutdowns in weeks or a month, or I know who's doing it. I know who's behind it. It's been obvious. I wasn't getting shut down every 5 seconds before I started talking about Chris Cornell. That's another thing that started, and again, I normalize that as well. That's not normal. It's bias. It's censorship intentionally on the orders of millionaires. And a website aided and abetted all of this shit. The stalkers, the millionaires, everyone trying to ruin me. The musician's friend of mine's fiance, they aided all of this. They went right along with the trend, Your Honor. But here's the real point of what I'm trying to say, Your Honor. I want to really drive this home. Normalizing behavior. I'm even guilty of it. I normalize these things that were a literal danger to my life. These people were on a mission to possibly kill me, ruin my rep before they kill me, for all time. All of the websites are just all too happy to help out. And the websites can care. I've done video after video. The websites know all this information, Your Honor. I've talked about it at length for years. They've seen the videos. They watch me like a fucking hawk, as you can see. They've seen the videos. They know these men came after me. They know the FBI was called, and they know why. They're not stupid. Yet they played along with the defamation and the stalking and the harassment and the terror. And they told me I was the one that was wrong. I didn't send thugs, FBI, deploy trolling campaigns to sexually harass women, terrorize women, stalk women. Didn't do none of that. But I'm the bad guy somehow. Isn't that magical, Your Honor? I never tried to contact any famous person except for Tom Grant, but, I had permission. He wanted to do an interview. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about these people. No, none of these famous people I talk about have I ever contacted by phone, by text, by email. No. I'm not that guy that just needs to get in a famous person's life. Directly. By phone, by email, pen pal. I don't need that. A lot of people do. And of course, in the beginning, they thought I was one of those people trying to interject directly into their life. They tried to paint me that way when they knew damn well I never tried to contact any of them. Ever. They sure contacted me, though, in my comment section and via their trolled farm deployment or trolling campaign. They sure contacted me directly. I never contacted them. I never went to their web pages, tried to get them shut down, left messages trying to speak to them. Nope. Never. No interest in it. I don't need to resort to that shit. And from the beginning, this wasn't about me stalking celebrities. Never. I was the one that got stalked by multiple parties. Them and other parties. That became trend too. Stalking Nick became trend. I'm serious. I'll prove it to you in court. And I guess the ultimate expression of stalking is when they send actual men after you and call the FBI when they know damn well you have no record. They knew I didn't have a record probably the first 5 minutes they ever heard of me. I'm sure they ran a background check to see what they could use against me and get me gone. Fortunately for them and others, YouTube doesn't need actual evidence to shut me down. They just take the word of anyone. And then once they realize they're in legal fuckwater by taking the word of anyone, and they are, then they change the policy to, yeah, no one complained. We just found this. Yet they never find the videos that say Nick's a rapist. It's kind of funny. They never find all the people that are posting Howard Stern videos. I can go on their site right now and pick from a million channels with Howard Stern videos, yet Stern doesn't want his stuff on the website. They don't magically find that stuff. Funny. It's like only when they want to pay special attention and they're utterly biased for a certain reason do they always come with the excuse, because they know the person they're dealing with has a more brilliant mind than they do and sees all the angles, all the laws they're breaking. I saw it the whole time. I just didn't have time to deal with it. Now I do. And it's settle up time now. Everybody had their fun and I allowed it. I did not sue any of you because I had a business to run an investigation. Now I have all the answers I was looking for, and I gave my audience all the answers they were looking for. By the experience I have, I'm giving it to them again by giving them even greater detail of how it all happened and what went down. So the investigation's over as far as I'm concerned. Unless something new comes along, which I doubt ever will. And I've drawn my conclusion, and I've never been more certain in my life because of all this. All of you children and what you have done have proved to me that what I've been saying is true. And maybe that's why I haven't gotten sued. Because they're afraid of discovery. And when I'll explain in court why I think what I think, like I've been doing for 7 years, despite shutdown after shutdown after shutdown, after diminishing my business to smaller, intentionally, maliciously, to ruin me, my rep, and my business. And they finally admitted what the goal was all along. We'll just keep Nick in a little corner, and we will intentionally not circulate his videos. And then we'll tell him he can't use his channel that we said he could post a video after 7-day punishment. So we'll just take that away. Can't put the PayPal up. Can't do live stream. All specific to my business. Don't care what happens to other people. Not interested. I'm interested in what happens to me and my business. How I'm treated by the website. Don't care what they do to other people. Utterly irrelevant. Because the plan's been obvious since day one. The second I started talking about Chris Cornell, everybody jumped on the scammer bandwagon. And I should sue every damn one of you, be they company or not. And make you understand. You can't just go around lying about people. I didn't go around lying about anyone. I made sure of that. That's why I'm not going to be in court, and you will. Even though I'll be there, you know what I mean. And if you're there too, we can meet face to face, and you don't have to send thugs to come meet me. You know what I mean? I'll wave to you. I don't know what to tell all of you children. You all chose this path. You all wanted this, I guess. And you all thought I was a joke. I'm teaching you over time that I'm not. And I'm not just going to allow you to get away with this. I'm sorry. If I can't even have it as a hobby, that's what you're telling me. After you told me in the beginning the gloves were off. Except for you, Nick. You fight with one hand behind your back against millionaires, us, the $1 trillion corporation, the stalkers, the troll farm. And you fight with one hand behind your back. And you have to wear a glove on your left bad hand. And fight all these people that we said, we gave them full permission. The gloves are off. Say and do whatever you want to this guy. Say and do whatever you want to his audience. We'll co-sign it. Then they'll cry in court, why is he suing us? This is against this statute, this legislation, this. Why is he suing us? Is it your future ruined, YouTube? Is it your reputation ruined with intentional lies by you and an estate and other people? Did you have to suffer stalking, harassment, and terror? No, you just sent me a notification of stalking, harassment, and terror against me, which I have all the screenshots of. You'll see it in court. You'll love it. You people chose this. Don't get mad at me. Don't cry in court. Why is he suing us? We didn't do nothing wrong, Your Honor. Yes, you did, and you know it. You all know it. That's why I made sure to cover my ass legally. Made sure not to lie about people because my morality won't let me do it. 1. 2, I don't want to go to jail for lying about people. That's why I didn't do it. You people did. And now it's time to settle up. I'm sorry. Don't get mad at me. And this website has trillions of dollars. Google has trillions of dollars. That estate has plenty of money. I ain't putting no one in the poorhouse here. I just want recovery for my damages. And I think I'm entitled to that. And you people know it. So don't cry in court. Don't get all mad. I don't want to see a mean look on the guy's face. Whatever lawyer YouTube hires that costs fucking $800 an hour. Because I'm inconveniencing his day. Again, how much is your future worth? How much is your reputation worth? It's worth a lot to me. Worth a lot to me. And if I defamed YouTube and cost them 80% of their business, they would crucify me. But since it happens to a little guy like me, fuck him. Whatever. If I cost the gypsies 80% of their business, they already tried to crucify me. They sent 2 men after me and FBI. And I didn't even cost them 80% of their business. And again, I ain't trying to get Soundgarden music taken off the air. I ain't trying to get Chris's solo work taken off the air. In other words, I'm not trying to take food out of their mouths. As they literally tried to do it to me, and this website as well, and the stalkers as well, and all the other liars. The original liars, the musician friend of mine and his fiance, who I'll be contacting via email with a legal document very soon. Just a legal document, that's all. Which is my right to do. You know, everybody had their fun and they thought it was all a game and a joke. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. It wasn't a game and a joke. And you know why you thought it was a game and a joke? Because it wasn't your life. That's why. If it was your life, you wouldn't think it was a game or a joke. And that's why I gotta sue your ass. Okay? Don't get mad. Have a good day.